What's up, everybody? Tindo here, and I've been thrift shopping today. I went to a handful of thrift shops. I bought some video games. I bought some VHS today. I don't buy a ton of VHS, but I have bought some VHS on the channel. But I'm pretty happy with everything that I came home with today. I actually went to a thrift store today and picked up something that someone pointed out that I missed. So stick around to see what that is. And let's go to the thrift shops, and then we'll come back here and talk about everything that I bought. As you can see here in the back of my van, I've got a bunch of furniture back there. Now that summer's over, fall's officially here, and things are gonna cool down here in Phoenix, we are going to step up our resale game and sell a lot of furniture and some other things we find at the thrift here locally. And we don't always do this. We go through periods where we do this a lot, but I really want to step up things for this channel. I want to do more, bigger, better things. And so part of the way I'm going to do that is reselling furniture. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about that as time goes on. I'll be adding a little bit more of the resale stuff into these videos, you know, so you can get the full experience. You guys want to know how I buy all these video games every day? This is a pretty big part of it, or at least it will be. Right now we resell clothes, and I do leave the links to that stuff down below every video. If you're into that kind of thing, you like vintage clothes, you can go check out where we sell those. Yeah, we'll be selling some bigger stuff throughout the winter, because it's easier to, you know, drive back and forth to an outdoor storage unit when it's not 130 degrees all the time. But I just picked this stuff up, and on the way back home to my storage unit, I'm going to stop at a few Goodwills, and we're going to buy some video games. So let's do it. All right, good old faithful Goodwill. Give us the video games. Right off the bat, I went to the lockbox, and there were a couple games in here, but the stickers on these were all like $10. And I'm not looking for $10 video games. Oh no, I'm looking for $1 video games, $2 video games. I'm looking for the best of the best deals. There was an Xbox 360 controller in there, and I am collecting all those different variants of the Xbox 360 controller. And that was a silver one I do have, but the one that I do have has a broken direction pad on it. And so I thought about maybe buying that just to replace it, but I can fix a direction pad on a 360 controller. I just need to get around to doing it. But there's not a lot of video games here. I'm going to dig through all of them and really look hard through the media section to make sure that there's not anything that I don't have. But so far, I already have all of the video games that I've passed, including that truck racing game. I literally bought that yesterday. It's really looking like someone beat me to the punch at this Goodwill and got here before I did today and bought all the good stuff. But thankfully, I checked all of the media section, because over here, there ended up being a couple games that I was interested in, including this Sonic game and this Rainbow Six demo disc. This is a demo disc, and if you've watched my channel much at all, you probably know that I'm a really big fan of collecting demo discs. The more odd they are, the better. And this is a pretty odd one. It has some random levels from a Rainbow Six game on it, and I'm assuming that it was actually packaged in some sort of double disc feature with another Rainbow Six game or something else. I don't know. I've honestly never seen anything like it. Okay, that was not a bad first stop. I thought for a second we weren't going to get anything, but I did a double take at the rest of the media section and found a couple games that I didn't have, so awesome on that. Now we're going to go to another Goodwill, I believe. You know, when I do this, I don't really GPS it. I just kind of drive in the general direction of which I'm sure there's a thrift store, and sometimes I don't ever make it to that thrift store. I happen upon some other ones that were on the way that I didn't think of. It's just kind of a nice, fun adventure that way. You just go out and drive in a certain direction and hit some thrift stores. So I think it'll be a Goodwill next, but don't sue if it's not. Oh, look, it's not a Goodwill. Please don't sue. I don't have any money to give you. Well, I do, but I want to spend that money on video games and not give it to you, so please don't sue. But this is actually Deseret Industries, which is sometimes better than Goodwill. But anyways, listen to this complete coincidence. I was just driving to another thrift store that I thought I was heading towards when I drove past this one and thought, hey, wait a minute. I was here for yesterday's video, right? And in the comments, somebody said, hey, you missed the Mario Strikers game for the Wii. And I was like, okay, well, let me go look. And I go fast forward to that part. And yes, there's a Mario Strikers game in this case. So I figured I might as well stop in and see how much it was. I usually don't pay too much attention to what's in this particular lockbox, because every time I've ever seen anything good in there, it's been $15, $20. And that's really just a bit more than I want to spend at the thrift store. So I just have kind of stopped paying attention to it. But today we're going to see how much that Mario Strikers game is. This gentleman has come to let me in the lockbox. There's a few other things in here. I might as well go ahead and check the price while I'm looking. I'm a bit nervous, really, because, once again, I don't want to open this case and find a bunch of $20 games. I'd really love to see some of this be marked a few dollars cheaper. First, there was a GameCube game that I'm completely unfamiliar with, Super Bubble Pop. I have never heard of that game or seen it, so I had to check on eBay to see what it was worth because they had a $10 sticker on it there. Turns out on eBay it was just $5 or $6, so I'm not going to buy that. Then here's Super Mario Strikers. It had a $10 sticker on it, and that's all right. That's about how much it is at the game store. I saw it on eBay for even $8 or $9, so I probably should have passed it up, but I actually want to play it, so I'll go ahead and buy it, and maybe I'll put it in sometime this week and get my $10 worth out of it. There was a few other things in here I checked just to see what the price was. They had a whole bundle of games for $10, including a Sonic game, but I already had it. Pretty interesting. I've never bought anything out of the lockbox here now that I think about it. They give you a little tag, and they stick the other end of the tag on the game, and whenever you go check out, the person at the cash register just goes back to the lockbox and gets it. That's kind of different from how Goodwill does it. Goodwill, whenever you tell the worker that you want something out of the lockbox, they put your name on it with a little sticky note and go ahead and set it up at the cash register. I thought that was interesting. I guess that's what adulthood is, really, just finding entertainment in the minuscule, the things that don't matter. That's what I do now that I'm an adult. I compare thrift stores, and I make YouTube videos about them. Isn't that rad? But let's go ahead and look through these games. I was already here yesterday, and I already looked through all these, so I'm not expecting to find a whole lot. But this might actually be an interesting exercise to see what might have turned up in just one day. Because to the best of my knowledge, I don't think that I've went to a thrift store 2 days in a row on this channel yet. Which, it's not a bad thing to do. There are thrift stores here near where I live where I do stop in every day, sometimes several days in a row, just to see if I can catch them right when they're restocking. And this brings up a really funny point. A lot of people comment that, man, I go thrift shopping a lot, and the sad part is I go even more than you see on the channel. But this is why we go every day right here. Look at these PlayStation 1 games that I did not find yesterday. Now, were they here yesterday and I was just a forehead and didn't come across them? Or have they been put out today? I don't know. We may never know, unless one of you wants to be that guy and go back and scrub yesterday's video. But anyways, I'm buying them today. $2 PlayStation 1 games, or were they $3? I think they were $3. $3 PlayStation 1 games. I'll buy those any day of the week, no matter what they are, as long as I don't have them. But I am going home with my very own copy of Mario Strikers. I've actually never played this one or the GameCube one, so my first experience is probably going to be this one. I'm going to go home and play it. $10, I'm not that mad about it. The last stop of the day should be another Goodwill. I think I know how to get to the one I'm thinking of in my head. I haven't been there on the channel in a little while, so we're going to go check that one out. All right. I was right this time. The next one is a Goodwill. I love this Goodwill. This is the Goodwill that we have come to nickname Donkey Konga, because this is where I bought my copy of Donkey Konga. So whenever I'm trying to tell Hannah which Goodwill I'm talking about, and it's this one, I just say the Donkey Konga Goodwill, and she knows what I'm talking about. Lols. But anyways, let's go check out the video games. I have no idea what I'm about to find here. The game section does not look very large, but maybe there will be a gym tucked in here. Right off the bat, Wii Fit, and then this racing game, this really generic looking racing game at that. It's complete, so I'm going to buy it. Sneak King. I guess I might as well finally buy this since it's complete and it's not more than a couple bucks. There are a couple Grand Theft Auto games here that I'm pretty sure in my head that I already have, but I'm going to have to consult my spreadsheet just to make sure. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, I keep a complete spreadsheet linked below all of my videos. And if you ever want to get a peek into what's in my collection, you can check that out. Or if you ever just want to kind of check in every now and then and check the number at the bottom of the spreadsheet of how many games I have and keep up with how fast my collection is growing, you can also check that out at the link below. But here is a Harry Potter game that I really don't know if I have. There's actually a couple games I've got in my hands right now that I know I have, but I don't know if I have this one for this console. So I'm going to have to go sit down here in a minute and check that out. But going to go check out the electronics real quick. I've not been having a ton of luck with the electronics this last week or so. That's an up and down thing, and I'm just in the downswing of that right now. But I do like to search these electronics and just make sure there's not any of a very specific list of things that I like to try to resell just to get some of this money back. Or sometimes there's controllers I like to buy for my controller collection, but these are all either aftermarket or they're controllers that I have
1,000 of. Almost literally.
Literally?
1,000 of. But we're going to keep walking around the electronics here and just make sure that there's not anything else I'm missing. This is not a particularly well organized Goodwill. You can tell a lot of the times that some of them are organized better than others. So you just saw there's an Xbox, not by the rest of the video game stuff. So it's a good thing to just kind of check around. And then look at this, a $3 Texas Instruments calculator. These resell for a few bucks, and this one only has $3 in it. Though, go ahead and be warned, I completely forgot to show that at the end of this video. So when you get to the game room and I say, ooh, look at these video games, just know I am a forehead and I forgot about the calculator. I also forgot about this pickaxe, but I will show you that one more time here in a minute. But let's check the toys real quick and just make sure there's nothing else. I'm definitely leaving with this Minecraft pickaxe. I am an avid Minecraft player. I've been a little bit more addicted to it lately than usual. We've been playing one of those Complete the Monument maps. If you're not familiar with that, that's a custom map made by a completely random person, and they basically just make them to torture you. And yeah, I've lost a lot of sleep over this Minecraft map. But I've checked my spreadsheet, and I do not have Grand Theft Auto Vice City, but I do have the other one, and I did have that Harry Potter game. But I'm going to buy the rest of this stuff. And I was actually almost about to check out when I spotted this. Look at these Dragon Ball Z tapes. They're so beautiful. And they all have a dollar price tag on them, so I'm scooping them up immediately.
I'm not really sure how to explain to you what just happened. I walked up to the cash register. She said, "What's this?" And I said, "It's a pickaxe." I was not about to explain to her what Minecraft was, but I told her it's a pickaxe. And she picked it up, and she just started whacking the counter with it, like violently and repeatedly, and she bent it. I didn't know what to say. That was wild. Did you see all those Dragon Ball VHS tapes? I'm very happy to find those for as cheap as they were. The last time I saw a big stack of VHS tapes at a Goodwill here, they were like $3, which was wild because I've never seen a Goodwill here charge more than like 50 cents to $1 for a VHS tape, but I'm super happy to get those. Now, let's head back to the game room and talk about everything that I got. Very fitting. Oh wow, look at here. All right, guys, we're back in the game room. We're going to jump right into the stuff that I got. This is probably one of the most exciting things that I found today. It's a stack of Dragon Ball Z tapes. I actually didn't, kind of shame on me, shame to my dojo, but I did not check all of these to make sure that they match. This one does. Great Saiyan opening ceremony. It's got the right VHS in it. I was probably going to buy them even if a couple of them were wrong. This one is the right one. Frieza. Fall of a Tyrant. Uncut. Uncut's what I'm talking about. If you've ever watched the remastered series of these, they cut out the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of extra fighting. But we want that OG Dragon Ball experience, and this is how you get it right here. To date, I only have one single Dragon Ball VHS. And it's not even in the box because it's in my CRT right now because I was just watching it. But this is actually from this same set. There's a good chance. Yeah, look at that. It goes right with that one. Listen, I don't have a huge desire to collect VHS tapes, but I do want some of the stuff that I watched when I was a kid. I kind of have this fantasy of when I have kids, you know, letting them watch the stuff that I watch with me and watching it the original way. Not on my big 4K TV, but on my good old faithful CRT here. But it's kind of hard to decide exactly what to collect. So I've kind of picked the VHSs that not only are my favorite shows, but also look really good on a shelf. And when you get those whole VHS sets of Dragon Ball Z, nothing looks better on the shelf than that. Those collages from the side. I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited to already have a portion of it going in continuity. Very happy about that. Let's run through the rest of the episodes. Actually, I'm dumb. Look, I bought the same one twice. That's all right. I'm not mad about it. Great Saiyan Man Declaration. Great Saiyan Man. Gohan's Secret. Do any of you watch Dragon Ball Z? Have you watched Dragon Ball Z? Do you remember these episodes? Garlic Jr. Sacred Water. Some of these are really funny names out of context. Frieza Fall of Tyrant. We talked about that one. Androids Invasion. I remember all of this very fondly. This one's still sealed. Fusion Evil Boo. These are so colorful in just the right way. I'm so happy about this. Trunks, Prelude to Terror. Uncut. I love every time it says uncut in parentheses. That's awesome. Trunks, Mysterious Youth. Uncut. And last, Great Sandman. Final round. Very nice. I'm very excited about that. I didn't come home with as many video games as I did yesterday, because if you watched yesterday's video, you saw I had like 40 video games. This is more of an average day, but there's some good stuff here. So let's run through it. Let's start with these 3 PlayStation 1 games. I almost ran out of the thrift store without looking through the PlayStation games and didn't come home with these. But I got not 1, but 2 Spec Ops games. One is Covert Assault, and the other is Stealth Patrol. I'm not familiar with these games. If you are, definitely drop a comment below. Let me know what they're about and if I should play them or not. And then Test Drive 5 for the PlayStation 1. I am over the moon when I can come home with any PlayStation 1 game from the thrift. I'm probably around 20, 30, maybe even 40 PlayStation 1 games. I'd have to look at my spreadsheet to tell you for sure. But I don't have a ton of PlayStation 1 games, and I want them all. It's up there with the GameCube and the consoles that I'd love to have the complete collection the most. But also, like GameCube, it's going to be one of the more difficult. Because they just don't show up at the thrift store like PlayStation 2 games do. I buy 20 PlayStation 2 games sometimes in a day. So, Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. I really thought I already had this, and turns out I didn't. I do now. Classic. I played this at way too young of an age, way younger than I should have been playing it, but I played that game to completion a dozen times probably by the time I was 15. Next, Racing Italiano.
That's a spicy meatball!
For the PlayStation 2. It's very nice. Chicken Little. This is like the 3rd console I've bought this for. But we've got it for the original Xbox now. Next up, Wii Fit. This one's a bit hard to explain, but I've got like 20 copies, and this one was $1, so I bought another one. And why do we have so many copies of Wii Fit? Well, we're trying to become a meme. The Wii Fit Man meme. I'm going to have like a whole shelf. One of these whole shelves one day is going to be Wii Fit. And people are going to be like, why? And I'm going to be like, why not? 2 more games. One of these is one that I went back to the thrift store to buy when someone else watching the video noticed it. The other one is one that like 14 times people have been like, you passed that up. Why did you pass it up? It's such a terribly great game. A greatly terrible game. It's bad. It's bad, but I guess memorable. That's this one. Sneak King. I finally got it for the 360. I can't tell you how many videos someone's told me that I should have bought it. So I bought it this time because it was only a couple bucks. Every other time I see it, it's like $6. And that's not a $6 game. It's like a $1 game. But I paid $3 with it, so you guys could get off my back. JK. This one, though, I maybe shouldn't have bought it because it was priced as much at the thrift store as I could have bought it at the game store or on eBay. I paid a couple dollars too much, but it's okay because I actually really want to play this. It's Mario Strikers. So shout out to my subscriber who goes by the name iBuyin. Shout out to you because I probably never would have seen that. Sometimes I spend too much time paying attention to my camera rather than the video games, but you know, you got to strike a balance. Good video games, good video, you got to get somewhere in the middle. But thanks. And I like that about this channel. I like you guys suggesting which games I should play and maybe which ones I passed up and shouldn't have. So, leave me a comment below. Let me know what your favorite thing was. Maybe let me know what your least favorite was. Do not comment that your least favorite thing was Wii Fit because it's the best game ever. Fight me. But that's everything that I got today, guys. I had fun thrift shopping. I hope you had fun going with me. So hit that like and subscribe button before you go. And most importantly, ignore the cat behind me and hit that bell notification. So the next time I post a video like this, you'll get a notification and you can come back and hang out with me then. Same goes for my Twitch page. You should go over to my Twitch page and hit that follow button. So when I bring these random video games home from the thrift store and I just stream them randomly, you'll get a notification that I'm going live and you can come over to Twitch and hang out with me then. And until then, guys, peace out.